Hey, welcome back to the world according to Briggs. It's time for another much requested city. Today we look east to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. This is the home of Rocky, Kevin Bacon, Prank vs. Prank, and Benjamin Franklin, at least from age 17 till his death. Philadelphia is probably the most historical city in the US. It holds a lot of history. The bad news is it's also one of the worst currently. So let's take a closer look. Here's my top 10 reasons not to live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Number 10. Parking. Now this is one of the biggest complaints from Philly residents and visitors. This is normally a big city problem no matter what major city you go to. The Philadelphia Parking Authority is so notorious, they got a reality show called Parking Wars. And recently the FBI started investigating them for numerous violations, including shortchanging the school districts. They get a portion of all fines collected. Well, apparently they weren't getting all that money. That's what's alleged. Number 9. It's a bad place to raise a family. People raising families in Philadelphia will probably disagree. They're in what we call the Stockholm Syndrome. A recent study by ApartmentList.com shows that Philadelphia is one of the worst cities in the country to raise a family. Area Vibes actually gives the school system a great big F. Keep your kids out of Philly. Number 8. Bad pizza. Since Philadelphia is located just 90 minutes from New York City, which is famous for pizza, you'd think the pizza in Philly would be at least decent. However, that's not the case. Of course, you could find a decent slice here or there at some restaurants, but Philly in general, the pizza isn't anything to write home about on a good day. You get a bad slice, oh my god, you lose all faith in mankind. Number 7. Philly fans suck. It's not surprising the city's Major League Baseball team mascot is named the Philly Fanatic. Philadelphians love their Phillies, their Eagles, their 76ers, and their Flyers. They also have a Major League Soccer team called the Philadelphia Union. These people are nuts, and at times a bit aggressive. If you start talking trash, they won't hesitate to get in your face when they're sober. When they're not sober, they may toss you down a flight of stairs. So consider yourself warned. Number 6. It's Center City. Philadelphia doesn't call its downtown downtown. It's Center City to them. Probably because calling it downtown is normal, and Philly residents are not. It's the second most densely populated downtown area next to Manhattan in the US, so expect crowds, a serious restaurant and bar scene, and selfies with City Hall in the background. Just don't call it downtown. Number 5. The pizza really sucks. Yeah, it's that bad. It gets 2. Now, in my life, I've heard of New York-style pizza, Chicago-style pizza, even California-style pizza. I've heard of Hawaiian-style pizza. I have never heard of Philly-style pizza. I guess they just want to focus on the cheesesteak and cholesterol. Number 4. Not a place for vegans. As I mentioned before, the Philly cheesesteak is king in Philadelphia. The vegan scene is not. I would call their amount of vegan eateries anemic, kind of like most vegans. Number 3. Comcast. Philadelphia is not just serviced by Comcast, it's actually where the headquarters is. I sometimes wonder how often they get their buildings egged. This company is so dysfunctional it's scary. Their TV revenue has been destroyed by Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube, and Amazon Prime, I guess. And they can't figure out a way to compete. People have found better products for cheaper, and they've been cutting the cord more and more every year. So what does Comcast do? They raise the price of TV service again and again to try and make up for the lost revenue, which makes people cut the cord even more frequently. Their strategy is comical. Number 2. City wage tax. Now, if you live or work in Philadelphia, be prepared to pay the city's wage tax. According to the city's website, the city wage tax is a tax on salaries, wages, commissions, and other compensation. The tax applies to payments that a person receives from an employer in return for work services. All Philadelphia residents owe the city wage tax, regardless of where they work. Non-residents who work in Philadelphia must also pay the wage tax. The current wage tax is about 3.8%. That's for residents. For non-residents, it's 3.4%. It's just weird. I understand that from the federal government and the state. I don't appreciate it and I don't like it. I understand it. But a city tax? That is weird. And number 1. Statistically, Philly sucks. By almost every category you could use to measure a city, Philadelphia gets an F or a D. Now that's one thing if you live in Moose Knuckle, Arkansas, but this is a major U.S. city. It was actually the United States capital from 1790 to 1800 while they were building Washington, D.C. The Area Vibe scorecard looks like this. And it's not pretty. The overall crime rate in Philadelphia is 46% higher than the national average. The average school test score in Philadelphia is 43% lower than the national average. Here's a fun one. The unemployment rate in Philadelphia is 61% higher than the national average. The cherry on top of everything, the poverty level in Philadelphia is 71% higher than the national average. It is only beat, as far as U.S. major cities go, by Chicago and Detroit. Now, I'm doing research on the worst neighborhoods in Philly right now, and I actually came across one that is considered unpoliceable. They've kind of given up on this area. They just don't even go there anymore, it's like. In recent news in Philadelphia, and I don't know why or how they got to the point where this was something they thought was a good idea, kids actually injected a dog with cocaine. Okay, what's the reason for that? Cocaine's not cheap, and what the hell do they need to give it to a dog for? What a bunch of idiots. Alright, so that's the top 10 reasons not to move to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Tell me which ones I missed. What would you have put on there? That's always good to hear. Give me a thumbs up. Do me a favor. Share this on your social media. If you feel like it, I'd always appreciate it. And subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers this year. I'm way off, and I only got like 9 months or so to go. So please help me out. I do apologize for how I sounded this week. I was doing voiceover work all week long, and my voice is gone. But I still made a video anyway. I hope it's okay. Everyone have a great day. Be nice to each other.